optimistic in the kitchen. Got a thirsty dog over there. Anyway, I'm going to show you another recipe of making good use of the food that you have or that is given to you that you don't quite know what to do with or don't normally cook with. So, we were given a big bag of turnips. I think these are turnips.
Turnips.
I'm not big on my root vegetables, but anyway. So last week I had some inspiration, and because they are so large, these are like almost the size of a softball. Mm-hmm. And once I peeled them and started to cut them, I realized they were as big as some large russet potatoes. So that gave me the idea of cutting them into steak fries.
Okay.
Roasting vegetables always enhances their flavor and makes them sweeter. And so we tried it. It came out really good. So I thought I'd show you guys how it all came about. So anyway, make sure you like and subscribe. Mm-hmm. And keep on sharing and keep on commenting. And what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and peel these just like you would a potato. So I know it's really exciting peeling vegetables, but just peel it and then we'll bring you back when we have the naked vegetables ready to cut up.
Cool.
So now we have some naked turnips.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut off the root end, or the stem end and the root end. Root vegetables are always hard. And I think I need to sharpen my knife for these vegetables. Anyway.
I'm going to come across the other way.
This way? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So, this is what I did the other night, and it worked out really well. I'm going to make one cut this way, and then 3 more cuts on each side. I'm going to hold on to it a little bit more carefully because kitchen accidents are no fun. So, it just depends upon how big the vegetable is, how many slices you can get. And then just turn it sideways, like that. So now you have just a bunch of sticks. So we're going to go ahead and cut up the rest, and then we'll bring you back for the next step. And we're back with our turnips cut into steak fries. And we're going to use olive oil. I'm just going to give it a good drizzle, just to give it a good coating. And I'm going to toss them just a little bit. And then I'm going to add in the spices. And Dahlia liked the turnip fries last time. She smells them again. And sweet and salty. This Kingsford seasoning is really good. It's got notes of caramelized onion and garlic. Mm. And as you all know, I like garlic. Mm-hmm. This made a really nice seasoning for them last time. And then, good old garlic salt.
More garlic.
Yes. And you know, sometimes you gotta use, sometimes experiment in the kitchen if you're given vegetables you're not normally used to using. You know, and sometimes you can use unfamiliar vegetables in a familiar way, or you can use familiar vegetables in an unfamiliar way. So just change things up. Don't be afraid to experiment. And what I did is I got the oven warming to 400 before we started. And then I'm going to cook both my turnips and our chicken at the same temperature. And they both need about an hour, give or take, in the oven. Because bone-in chicken can take a little time. So I'm going to go ahead and dump these on the pan.
You got a parchment paper on that too, right?
Yes. Parchment is my food liner of choice. And it's good for baking, cooking, roasting. It, you know, because you're not supposed to use a naked cookie sheet because it wears out the metal. So I'm using parchment. And I'm going to give these just a little bit more seasoning. It doesn't look like they have enough, so I'm going to give them a little bit more.
That's
my fan club. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven. And then you can watch us make chicken to go with them. Alright. And for my next trick, I'm going to cook chicken thighs. Because a friend of ours gave us a bunch of bone-in chicken. So, the easiest way I find to, well, basically to store meat in the fridge is to put it in a pan, something to catch the drips or the juices, because you want to avoid cross-contamination in your refrigerator. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and open these up. And these chicken thighs look like they've seen some better days. Look like they got tossed about a little bit. Since the skins are so loose, I'm just going to cut them off. And my family loves chicken skin, but when it's already this far off of the chicken, I'm going to cut it off. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the chicken into the bowl, and then we'll bring you back. Alright, and we're back. And I actually used 2 packages of chicken thighs. That's probably a combined weight of, 4.5 to 5 pounds. The chicken was kind of rough cut, and it's some chicken thighs that a friend gave us that I think she got from a food giveaway. So sometimes you might end up with chicken that kind of presents itself a little weird. Sometimes it's not the most prettiest cut of chicken. But you can still dress it up and make it taste great. And again, I'm going to be using olive oil. And rather than breading this chicken, I'm going to use oil and seasonings. And that actually tastes really good. And my friend Louise introduced me to this seasoning, Kinder's Cowboy Butter. It's her family's favorite seasoning. So I'm going to mix that in, give it a good shake. I did this the other night with the chicken and it came out so good. And then to give it a little kick, we're going to use some Cajun. This is a new bottle, so I got to open it.
oh, brand new too.
Yeah, I go through a lot of seasonings, so give me just a sec so I can open the darn thing. I don't like safety seals, they're a pain in the butt. Alright. They're necessary, but they're challenging. Okay. Alright, got the lid on there safe here. And I had the previous version of this. I had a different brand, but it was Cajun seasoning. And it's really good. So I'm just going to stir it up. You can use a tool to stir it, use your hands. Whatever floats your boat. So, basically the way this tastes is similar to when you get the chicken at the grocery store and it's the grilled chicken. It's got the spices and it doesn't have the bready coating on it. It's really good. Whoops. Dolly would love it if I dropped a hunk on the floor.
Yeah, she sure would.
Yeah.
She'd grab it and run off with it before we could even grab her.
Yeah. So basically just stir until all the chicken is coated. And a lot of times I just wing it in the kitchen because I use recipes if I don't quite know how to cook something. Sometimes I just figure it out as I go along. Again, this is parchment. I put some pan spray on it just to make sure it doesn't stick. So that's what I'm going to do, is just dump this on the pan. Whoops. The parchment's trying to escape. Alright. Okay. And these bowls are some big salad bowls I got at a either at an estate sale for almost nothing or at a bin sale at the Junkatique, where they have bins of unsorted items for, really cheap. and these big bowls come in handy for big projects like this.
They sure do.
Try to lay the chicken out in a single layer so all the pieces get exposed to the heat. And again, sometimes I just cook extra meat when I'm cooking simply because we can have it for lunches or for dinners during the rest of the week. You know, and I'm going to be going out of town to visit my mom, so the family is going to have to...
We're going to have to fend for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we'll have to use this to do it with.
Yeah, I know. My poor family having to eat some yummy chicken. So, and I'm also going to put some garlic salt on this.
More garlic.
More garlic salt. And just for good measure, a little bit more of this cowboy butter. This made some fantastic chicken the other night. And chicken thighs will need to cook probably about 40 minutes at 400. That's just an estimate. But once I put them in the oven and when they're done, I will let you know about how long they took. So while they're cooking, make sure you like and subscribe and come back again. And we're back. And the turnips finished ahead of the chicken. But that is basically because we put them in ahead of the chicken.
Right.
So roughly they would take about 40-45 minutes at 400 for both if you started them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get the chicken out of the oven.
Ooh.
And I flipped it about 10 minutes ago. So what do you think?
That looks good.
Yeah. So since the last time we fed Logan hot food, he nearly burnt his mouth. We're going to let this cool for a few minutes.
Yep.
So while we're waiting for the taste test, make sure you like and subscribe and keep sharing and commenting. And we'll be right back with you for a taste test. And dinner is finally done. And impressively, I don't have any cabinets open.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my chicken lover here is going to do the taste test. So,
What?
actually, I hear Logan coming down the hallway. He just walked in the door.
I have to make my presence known before I appear on camera, sorry.
Okay. Get you a fork.
Yay. Oh, you made the little turnip fries?
Yeah.
I was a little weirded out when she first made these, but they're pretty good.
It's a good way to use up something that you don't quite know what to do with, huh?
Exactly, because how else are you going to eat turnips?
Yeah.
But yeah, turnip fries, very good. Now try the chicken.
Yeah. It's the thighs like last time, but I took the skins off because they were packaged kind of weird.
You can never go wrong with chicken.
No.
Chicken's always good.
Yep.
She makes it about 1,001 different ways, so it
Yep.
never really gets old, even though we eat it all the time.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, my friend Louise, whenever she gets bone-in chicken, she usually gives it to me to cook because her sister doesn't like it, so therefore the rest of the family can't eat it. So she eats it when she comes to my house.
But it works out for us.
No,
We get
it's
more
not.
chicken. And then the broccoli.
Yep. Got some crunchy broccoli. I just lightly steamed it in the microwave.
Nice. I've always liked broccoli
Yep.
ever since
You
I
were
can
little.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
called the
broccoli,
trees.
probably my favorite vegetable.
Of the roughage.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us. And this is yet another episode of What the Heck Can I Make With This Tonight? So we have our chicken thighs and turnip fries and broccoli. So anyway, have a great evening. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen. To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, and neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.